Welcome, everybody. Give me a second. Thanks for being patient. I'm here. Yeah, LaShawn. So, if audio and everything's good, let me know. Trying to fix the visuals. Think I'm good. Y'all let me know. Thanks for coming in. I got a guest. If everything's good, give me a sign. Well, let me check if everything's good. Okay. Bear with me, folks. Okay, thank you, Shark Fin. Everything's good. Okay. Let me. I need to go back to my email. Okay, let me do the intro. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. This is Tech for Your Knee. And today we got a guest, and I'm going to send the link. I can't think today and all that. Bear with me, folks. Give me a second. Thank you for all being patient. I know. I thought it was supposed to be at 7, but we scheduled for an early hour. And you know me. I lost track of time, but that's my fault. But anyway, let me do this one more time. Okay. Okay, everything's all set. Bear with me. I'm trying to. Okay, I'm back. Okay, cool. Chucky Finn, I send the link. Jojo, holla at your boy. TA, thanks for coming in. And let me keep looking over here. Look at the lens. Take the pre-shirt. Guys, you got this. Who else is here? Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do. Did I forget nobody? Okay. And let me quickly text that person. Bear with me. Welcome, everybody. And today we have a guest, and we're going to talk about him becoming a sport photography and all that. I send the information. Bear with me. And do me a favor, Shaki Finn, since you know that person, can you text that person say that I'm waiting? Well, I already did, but just in case, if a couple of minutes, don't get confused with the time, which is the same time zone, but or if not, you could Shaki Finn call him quickly and remind him. We text earlier, but still, we just want to confirm. Thank you for that. Yeah, so how's everybody's doing? How's everything? Let me see what this message. Taylor was he has said he'd be back like a Terminator. Oh, yeah, cool. Uh, so, well, today was a gorgeous day. It hit 66 in Boston. I was like, whoa. Went for a walk. I'm chilling. I'm like, oh shit. Because I put everything in everything, everything I put yeah, my guest is here, but let me finish this quick. I put everything on time, on memos and everything. If it wasn't for that, because I'm used to 7 o'clock. But anyway, if you're ready, go like this. Cool. I'm gonna put him in. Hey, brother.
Hey, my brother, how we doing today?
Fine. I'm doing good. Give me a second. Trying to get my lighting correct. There you
Good,
go.
good. Are we live right now?
Yes, we live.
Oh, we're live. All right, here we go.
Yeah, bear with me. Give me a second, because my
Sure
audio
thing.
is too low.
Hope everybody's having a good day today.
Yeah.
Start off with that.
So my guest is Frankie James. He's a photographer. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Go ahead, take the mic if you don't mind.
No, not at all, man. I'm happy to be here. I got to thank you for having me here. You and I have been talking for a while now, so I'm glad to be able to do this with you. I've been a photographer for about 5 to 6 years now out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I specialize in a lot of sports photography, a lot of concert photography. I've done some other things too, but what I specialize in is a lot of sports photography. So kind of got a good opportunity, and I'm sure we'll go into all that. But I started out with the NHL with the Philadelphia Flyers. Went in as a journalist actually for 2 years, and then got an opportunity to put a camera in my hand, and still have that camera today actually right here. Um, and started shooting with the team, and then kind of just branched off from there. Had some opportunities with the local radio station here in Philly. Got to do a lot of men's league games, and then essentially got to do some really big time leagues.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you a little description of the format. We're gonna chit chat and bring it to the tech because my channel's tech and how you got in the camera. So I got the question that I sting you. I'm not gonna do all of them all at once. I'm gonna do,
Yeah.
just sprinkle here and there. So the main one is what got you in your career in photography sports.
So it's really funny because, like I said, I went in as a journalist, and I have no background even in journalism. Like I'm pretty well educated, but no background within journalism. Just had a lot of knowledge on hockey, especially playing for 20 years. We had a game that was coming up with the team, and the brand that I was with at the time was like, "Hey, do you want to give photography a chance?" And I was like, "You know what? Yeah, I mean, I'll try it." My dad was a photographer like paparazzi in Philadelphia. He had some opportunities to actually shoot some big time concerts. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot. And got an opportunity, and the pictures turned out absolutely terrible. um, but it was my first start. It was my first start, which I was really happy about, and it kind of really got a lot better from there. But opportunity is how I got into it. Kind of thrown in the mix, and I got a good opportunity.
Yeah, and before we continue, I'm gonna say if you're part of the replay crew, don't forget to hit like and do those wonderful things. Folks on If you want any question, you just put the Q question so we can see it better like that, and we can see it's a question. With that, let's continue. And I was gonna ask you something that it got me interested. So I know we all learn from trial and error, and I'm gonna tell you this one acronym that I even got it printed on my phone, and you're gonna agree with this because we talked about it the other day, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to show people. No, that's too. I don't know if you can see it.
Can't
Let me
really
go
see it
down.
now. Let's
Oops. Can you see it now or no?
fail first attempt in learning. Fail. Yeah, equals first attempt in learning, and that's you have to start from somewhere. I made a total career change. Like I spent 10 years in the legal field. And obviously, we're friends, so you know about that.
Yeah.
Um, and really transitioned into a whole new thing. And a lot of it started like with a lot of like mental health things. Like I was going through a lot, and I knew I just wanted a change. And when I got laid off from the legal field, from the law firm I was working at, I said, you know what, I'm going to push the biz, and I'm so much more happier doing that now. And there were opportunities where I thought I was going to fail. There was shoots that I had that didn't go as well, but it's all learning experience, and you master your craft, if you know what I mean, brother.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm a Springer here. Easy bonus questions to come in my head. Okay. Um, let me go back. Let me fix my phone because I got to find the questions right
You
here.
got it, brother.
Yeah, this one is a bonus that came in my head. If somebody come to you to advice and want to get in the same field, but it's starting from scratch, no experience, and because okay, this is my analogy, and I'll give you. If you don't know how to swim, you're not gonna go into the deep end because you're gonna drown. You got to do
Mm-hmm.
baby steps, like crawling. So how would you tell that person? Because I heard one thing from a blogger today. A friend of him that he knows for years, she left her job to become a influencer content creator.
Mm-hmm.
No backup resources, and he found out that she's sleeping on those places that you rent for storage.
Uh-huh.
Where her kid that he's in high school, she had a wonderful job, but she decided to go all in without an emergency funds or nothing. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, really good point you make. Network like crazy. Networking is such a big part of it. Like, really getting yourself out there. It's so important. And get ready to do a lot of free work. Like, when I first got into it, I didn't do my first paid job until 2 years almost after. And I was building the portfolio. So, find out what you is that you want to shoot and just start shooting it and mastering that craft and learn your camera. It's not always about. So this camera I have here, this is one of my older ones. I do a lot of video work with this. Master your settings. As time goes on,
Everything in front and
you're
center
good.
so you can see it.
You're fine. As time goes on, you'll master your
Can you
camera.
bring up
And
the camera a little bit up, please? Can you show it, the camera?
yes, I can absolutely. So
Yeah,
this is so this is a Canon EOS Rebel. This is an SL1. This is an older model. I use this a lot for like video work. I eventually upgrade it, but that's like a sentimental camera. It's one of my first ones, so I like to hold on to it. But master your craft, find out what it is that you want to shoot, and just build that portfolio. Network and build that portfolio. And if there's anybody out there, if there's ever anything I can ever do, don't hesitate to reach out. I teach people in person and can give some tips and stuff like that and some settings to get started. So you can reach out to me on my social media. Um, and Frankie James Photography on Facebook. Reach out to me there, and we'll make sure you guys get the links. But yeah, those are the two most important things: network and just build that portfolio.
Yeah, and one more thing that before you jump into anything, like I said, the analogy about swimming, make sure you have money back up because in content creation, it's ebbs and flows. And you know that if you're not stable or you got something for any day, like I feel bad when I heard that story. He blogged about. He's like, I know her for 15 years. She
Mm-hmm.
wanted to go all in. It didn't work out that well. But while you work in the King's proper English and all that, have it fun. I mean, she lost her house and everything. She's sleeping on a storage. People think
Damn.
they saw the instant gratification, this guru told me go in. It's not like that because that's what we see in the other side, but we don't see 10, 4 years, how many years they put in before they hone their craft.
Especially with content creating, Tack, like you hit it right on the number. Like I'm providing like when you're a content creator, and we know some of the best around. I mean, I will give a little plug, shout out to Ethan, obviously, over at Clubhouse,
Yeah.
Doctor, Wyatt, yourself, myself, like we spend a lot of time building the platform. I mean, I've ran, like, besides photography, I've ran, my podcast network and stuff like that. I'm really big in podcasting, and fan support is important, and giving good content. Like you have to. Sometimes it works like that, and sometimes you got to put work in to find out what you can bring from a content creation standpoint. Mine just so happy to be pretty raw podcast. Scoop is also Shark fan. Oh, why? What's going on? Scoop is also terrific with wrestling. Love that. WrestleMania.
I recommend him. He's real good. Go ahead.
Tell him to reach out. Yeah, we just had WrestleMania here in Philadelphia, so I would have loved that opportunity to go down there and shoot that. That would have been awesome. But back to kind of what I was saying, like creating content. Sure, I like to look at it as like a part of photography, but I feel like it's a lot of hands-on vocalization, a lot of edit work, like to create really good content. You see a lot of people that are able to do it that way, and people do it through their YouTube channel, just like yours. You have a pretty successful channel. I do it through my podcast, and I mean, people always have to be willing to let people help too. Like, I mean, shit, man, I've spent a long time like helping people get their podcast started. I mean, we'll give them the plug. How many times have you and I gotten on Shark Fin to get things rocking and rolling? You know what I mean? Take advantage of the people that are there to help you, and not just generally speaking of him, but like in general. Like when there's a lot that can be learned, and you never want to have too big of an ego to drive people away, because the support and the fan base is what brings you success. So, long story short, don't forget where you came from, kind of thing.
Yeah, and also that I learned that sometimes being a content creator, even though you got your personal life, some of those people become your closest and dearest friends for life. You be like, oh wow, I met this person, and now we talk. Oh, it's been 5 years, we still talking. 10 years, you never know. I don't consider you as my friend. I consider you as a brother.
You're my brother.
You're part of the family. So that's a different story, because people say when I say I got two words, either excuse that fire and alarm.
Saving lives. Someone's saving lives out there.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm next to a hospital, next to a fire department and a police station, all within less than 6 miles. I mean 6 blocks. So figure. But anyway, getting back to the subject, is like, you got to share those moments, because sometimes, people like that don't come like that often. But also in this day and age, you learn your skills, and then people want to compete. I'm not competing with you. With me, I'm competing. The proper English, not you and me. I compete with myself. How can I improve myself? How can I do 1% and stuff like that?
That's a great point that you make in the competition level. Like, everybody's so competitive, and photography can be competitive. But like, I have a good friend of mine, my buddy Joe, Say Cheese Studios out here in Philadelphia. Great hockey photographer, great photographer. And I had him on my show before promoting his work. And people would always ask me, like, well, why would you promote another photographer? Like, wouldn't you want that business? I'm like, because it's not a competition to me. And I don't mean that arrogantly. I mean that, like, I know that, he'll get hired. If I'm going to get hired, I'm going to get hired. But I'm never going to beat someone down to try. And I want to give him some exposure too. And likewise, it was never a competition with me. Like, I like that you have that mindset. Like, when you can, like, I've gotten so many opportunities from just trying to help people. I mean, I've once again, that goes back to, like, kind of didn't forget where I came from thing. But, I'm, instead of competition, I'm about collaboration. You understand what I'm saying? Perfectly said. I mean, we've been talking about doing something like this for a while. You and I have been friends for over a year now. And like I said, like you said, some of the people from the app that we use, Clubhouse, they become some of my closest friends, like yourself, like Ethan, like Sharkfin. He mentioned that's his Clubhouse name. I thought that was funny on here.
Nobody be in Clubhouse, so from here, so you got to be more specific. People be who's why.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said Sharkfin. But yeah, just I'm all about collaborating instead of competition.
Yeah. Okay. One of the questions you already answered. How do you have formal training. You answered that already. The next question I was going to ask, what is the most rewarding aspect of the job that you do right now currently?
Opportunities. 100%. The opportunities that I've been able to get, man, from the local radio station that I shot with, still currently shoot with here in Philly, like shoot with the NHL. There's pictures behind me. There's all my shots. I shot with currently shoot with the Philadelphia Union, the Major League Soccer team out here in Philadelphia. The opportunities and like distribution of photos to like happy clients, like those are the two most important things. Like I knew that this business wasn't going to be something that was going to make a crap ton of money early on, and a lot of it was just opportunity and getting paid in the old exposure more or less. But the friendships made, the relationships made, the opportunities I've been able to get. Oh man, I would have traded in for nothing. Opportunities for sure.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing, and it's advice for everybody, but everybody knows because they're content creator. For the love of God, create for the human. Don't create for the algorithm. Because if you're trying to beat the algorithm, you're never going to beat it. Just create as a human being, create for that, and people will follow you. Like, for example, hey, if you're part of my crew and you like what you see, subscribe. See how easy I did that? And I engaged? Because you got to be personable. And people don't understand that, oh, no, I need to be formal. No, be a human person, and people will follow you and love you for who you are. Simple as that. But people don't understand that. People say, I got to please this. Oh, today I got 50 views. I'm heartbroken. Well, if you're a small channel, I'll give you an example, and you're 350 views better than several, people don't understand. You got to crawl and to learn how to walk. And that's what social media got wrong. You see all this glamorous and instant gratification. And sometimes that grind my gears, because I heard one of my friends say, oh, I'm in because you get easy money.
It's not. It's the exact opposite, especially content creating. Like my YouTube channel has like 105 subscribers. I know that takes work to build. I don't get discouraged. That's one of my things. If I see work that I've done and I'm not happy with it, it's not that I feel discouraged. I feel more or less let down for my client, but I know that I try not to feel discouraged about things, and things take time. And that's what people need to realize, especially with photography and content creating and even podcasting, part of the same thing. These things take time. They take time 100%.
Yeah, I had another question that I want to answer because this is important. People try to glimpse and not do the work because I need everything to be easy. Laziness, whatever call it. The question is, how important is research before a shoot?
So I'll say maybe not research, but more or less getting your settings down on your camera, your ISO, like your exposure, like making sure that kind of thing. So, but with sports, more or less, sure, you might want to know a little bit about the players because you'll know their positioning. But I've been so grateful that I play hockey for like 20 years now. So me shooting hockey, it's very natural for me. Like I can anticipate when certain things are probably going to happen, when there's a big one-time shot in the 1T or a goalie's going to go for a big save that you want to capture that moment. Experience playing within has helped tremendously. But if research isn't something too big, you more or less want to research your equipment more than the actual shoot. I see somebody ask me if I was somebody TA Tech asked me, am I friends with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Well, it's a joke. He's a cool kid though.
I love it. Will Smith. I am not. I'm not friends with him. I've never met him, but great show. It's a Philadelphia reference.
Yep. Let me see this. Why is it said? Well, shark fin Mark. Yep. The false premises of social media, where everyone wants to be heard as a multi-millionaire living in coconut and yacht. Yeah, that's true. It doesn't work like that. You got to put in the work. As much as I love this. This is the most rewarding job that I've ever done, and the most hard job and the most effort that I put. Because you're not learning just throw a video. Shoot a video. No, camera, videographer, sound, and you get my point, and all that, and so forth on. You wear multiple hats, and people don't understand that. Oh no, I'll just grab. Yeah, you can get lucky and grab your phone and do a TikTok or whatever. But if you want to take this to the next level, you got to learn what you do. Then it comes the next aspect, business out of it. People are thrown there, and some people drown because people I want to be content creators, don't want to be business. But this is once you get paid and you're United States, Uncle Sam's gonna come after you, called taxes. So you got to turn to business.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's funny because people will always look at like photographers as like we just click a button and that's it. It's so much more than that. And my buddy Say Cheese, I mentioned before, Joe, he always mentions this. It's like then there's the editing, then there's Lightroom, learning Lightroom,
Yeah.
distribution of content. Like there's so much. Shooting is the easy part, and that's not. And I'm not even putting that in the category of easy. Like the settings of it. God, there's so much more. There's so much I had to learn. So much I had to learn before I would even consider picking up clients. Like I said, 2 years
Okay.
I spent.
Thank you for that. I got a bonus question. And
Let's hear it.
today, day and age, is school necessary for photography institute that just focus on that? Yes or no, in your opinion?
First thing that came to my mind was no. That's only because I have to like look at my personal experience. Like I've taken some online like little 25, 30-minute little free seminars and stuff like that where they try and they give you some like, examples of like certain settings and things like that. And I have like a lot of sheets and things like that. I if it's really an option. Like I mean, I personally didn't do it. And I've done pretty well. So
After you, I'm going to answer it, but go ahead, finish.
yeah,
I would
you're
like to answer
good.
too.
I would say no. It's not something that's mandatory. It's not something that needs to happen. But if you want to learn, if you want to go that route, by all means, go that route. Absolutely. I mean, I
Okay,
teach
so
it, so I mean, I give lessons on it.
I'll go like this in the middle. And I'm gonna explain my because I would like to answer that because I know people would like to know my opinion too. It's
Sure.
very dear to my heart. It, can you learn? Can people be successful through social media, YouTube, and learn? Because that's where you go to learn. Yes, you can learn. Does school guarantee a fast track on learning? No, because some schools go into theory more than doing hands-on. You got to be careful what school you go to. And also, what I learned too that if you learn on your own and you get decent and better, you save your money because you don't have to pay for school. School could be a house. So we got to think about those things. And then it's up to you if you're willing to put in the work and the work. Yeah, I'm not saying that school doesn't. Sometimes it could fast track. You could have the best teacher. You could have the worst teacher. It all depends. So therefore, I put it in the middle. It depends. So I don't know if you
Yeah,
agree.
I do. I mean, it's hard not to agree. It really depends on the person. But like, I always say like you could end up paying like $4,500 for like photography school and all the things you learn within. It's really simple. There's a lot of shafts out there too that like will try and do stuff like that. That's why when I like with me teaching, I I also have a camera that people can use too if they really for early on stages. Settings is what I focus on, and then focus on what it is that they want to shoot. Like what do they want to learn? And I kind of start to direct them towards that direction. And then I also like try to get them some gigs too. They come on site with me. But yeah, I put it right in the middle. That's good. I want to touch
Mhm.
on what Bionic Scoop had actually said. The comment shooting for me is difficult. I dodge a lot of bodies. Yeah, actually, that's kind of a pun. It looks like it dodge a lot of bodies. Yeah, I'm sure it is, dude. Definitely want to link up with you and hear some stories. Maybe we can have a conversation. Because wrestling photography is pretty dope. I admire it a lot. And wrestling ECW actually started here in Philadelphia, believe it or not.
And what I like about it that they're different sport, but the one similarity is that you got to be on your A game because you don't know what's going to happen next. So
Yep.
that's what. In both.
Anticipation. Yeah, anticipation is really big with sports photography. It is. And it's funny because I shoot for the Union, but I don't play soccer. Actually, I have a soccer game tonight that I'm actually playing it for the first time ever. Yeah, you have to kind of anticipate that stuff a lot, and that definitely helps. It helps a ton.
Yeah, I'll send you his information and everything. He's one of the best
Yeah,
in my circle. I mean, I'm not
love it.
saying this just to blow your head, but I'm saying this just from the heart. I mean, your
Yeah,
words speak for itself. So I'll leave it as that.
thank you.
Now, watch a shark fin said over here. Oops. He says, unless one is ready or celebrity, there is no legit substitute for hard work and organic growth. That's true.
Very true, brother. Very true. Couldn't have said it any better. Everybody has their craft. Like what you focus on with the tech and what Sharfin does with like the market and stuff like that. You found your craft and you just mastered it. And like I said, that goes back to like the early stages of getting into photography, finding what it is that you like to do and master that.
Yeah, but and also living life through the lens, because I talked about it a couple of weeks ago, or I don't know if it was last. I don't know when. I got 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks ago. Living through the lens. There's also, because we are doing this, and there comes the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything. But I do this because I want to leave a legacy.
Yep.
My thing is for being here is not waste time, because you don't get do overs in life. You only got one life to live, and people don't understand that. Oh, I did a bad photo. I'm never gonna succeed. I've been doing this for 2 months. It's difficult, dude. It takes years.
It does.
How many months it took before I started walking?
There you
That's my.
go. Couldn't have said it any better. And that comes with that. Try not to be discouraged and like listen to people's advice. Like I still take advice from people that have been doing it less than me and more than me. You know what I mean? And like be open minded. Don't feel discouraged and just like allow somebody to help you. Because
I'll put it this
always gonna
way:
learn.
the day that I die is the day that I stop learning. Simple as that.
Well said, bro. I'm with you on that. I
Yeah.
can admit that.
So I'm gonna say actually the two more questions. Favorite camera all time and lens and why?
Oh
Two
man.
and
All
one.
right. So my camera that I have now, this is my group. This is my baby. So this is a Canon EOS M50, and this is a Mark II. So this is
Mhm.
about 3 years old. I got this for Christmas. Um, this is a great camera. It didn't break the bank completely. This is like a trusty little 55 250 millimeter lens.
Mhm.
Not that bad. But my favorite lens is probably 70 to 200 Canon f2.8. It's dope. It's so dope. And for sports photography, so it's that white lens that everybody always sees. Dude, it's a 2200 lens. I'm actually gonna be using it again soon. I haven't bought it yet because it's just will break the bank, but I am gonna treat
Mhm.
myself to it. Yeah, and most people will say if they do any kind of like sport photography, like yeah, the 7200 Canon um lens is so dope. And I see my boy over here. Holler at your boy. He's part of the M50 gang. Let's go. Let's go, bro. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Too bad the Canon stopped the M50 line or the M line. They
Yeah,
stopped making them.
I think it stopped at 4, but yeah, I have it too. I love it. It's so much more lighter too. It's a mirrorless as well. Like you can see the difference if you don't mind me showing you real fast. Like just the
Mhm.
difference in graph. Like you see how thick that one
Oh,
is.
look
This
at
is
that.
the
Let me
old
make you big.
Rebel. Yeah, again, I can still talk. You're good. Yeah,
There
so
you
you
go.
see how fat this body is, the Rebel, and then you have just a little mirrorless one. It's so light too. But
Oh
that
yeah.
that 250 lens, that thing is the 7200 is it's heavy. It's a heavy lens.
And you know who do good lenses? So we talking about technology. Sigma. I love their lenses.
Yes, the Tamron's really good. The Sigma lenses
Yeah.
are really really good. Um, yeah, I've gotten some good once again opportunities to to shoot some really cool stuff and use some different lenses. But yeah, that's my favorite lens of all time. It's incredible.
Oh, let me see this one. What he said. Oh wow. That's a full frame, right? If I'm not wrong, correct me.
All
I'll
right,
let you know.
good to know. Appreciate that. And I am going to be looking to do that too. And actually, the R8.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You're going in and out, Louise. What's that?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you.
You're good. So he said he
Yeah, go
put
ahead.
yourself back on screen, brother. No,
Oh,
put yourself back on screen.
there you go.
There he is. Yeah, a lot of good comments here. Yeah, I'm gonna be upgrading soon. I see Holler at your boy. I'm gonna be upgrading soon. Maybe we can talk about some good upgrades that won't kill the bank. Um, Sharfin's got an old Canon 80 to 200 millimeter L2.8. That's good. It weighs a ton, dude. That's a good lens. Do you still have that lens, Sharfin? I'm kind of curious because I want that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, full frame, dude. Definitely. Yeah. We'll have to talk, Holler. And
yeah.
definitely connect.
So I got one of the grand question. if you got the camera, right, and this is a bonus question, and you're gonna 5 photos to tell your life story, and give me example settings and where you take them, like build like a picture, like a canvas, like you painting with the camera.
Oh
I don't know
man.
if I'm being too difficult, but how
No,
would you
you're
do it?
great. I want to show you. I want to show you. So I have 3 photos right here that
Hmm.
I can show. Give me 1 minute.
Hmm.
Okay. So the first one, so these are all about experiences. So the first one is with the radio station. I'll put that like right there.
Hmm.
That's with the local radio station. That's me shooting with Preston and Steve in the morning from WMMR. That's one, just that experience. This is me. I had a photographer shoot one of my games, and this was the goal that sent us to the championship. And we actually are going back to the championship.
Oh, cool.
And then this is probably one of my favorite photos I got to take. This is Claude Giroux, former Flyers captain. And then this next one would be. No, you're good. I don't have them on me. A
Okay.
picture of the shore, any kind of beach photo,
Hmm.
and I love the beach so much. And probably like a boat photo. That would just wrap it right up. Hockey, me playing hockey, my opportunity with the radio station, the beach, and probably like on a boat. Yeah. Sony A9. I know a couple of good Sony ones too. My buddy Say Cheese, who I mentioned, Scoop, is a big Sony guy. I think he has the same camera too. Or he might have the 3. That it's fuck. Those Sony cameras are insane. But 20-75, great lens, great lens.
So I'm doing with a point and shoot Sony. It's the Sony CB1. But I'm trying to, looking into in the future. First my computer, then after that trying to look for something. But I like the 6700 came out from Sony. It's a new one that just came out.
Yeah,
It's not
Sony's
a
are
full frame. It's not, but I'm fine with that because full frame you get more out of it, but it's about your skills.
always.
And whoever's look because not everybody looking in the other end of the lens when everything composed and done. Oh, why you took that? It's not a full frame. Nobody gonna ask you that unless they take you like that.
It's about the person.
It's about the
Anyway,
outcome. That's what I'm saying.
it's about how well of an editor it could be. It's about the person behind the lens. I mean, yeah, the camera does matter, but I shot professional sports with this, literally with my Rebel. I shot Flyers photography with my Rebel for almost a year. And this little bad boy, like, I mean, it's about the shot and. I mean, but really, you're some editing skills too. But once
Yeah.
you start upgrading gear, things do get a little easier. I'll say that for sure.
Oh yeah, he's good. I love his channel. Have you heard about Jaron Poland? Sonos Fro.
Who is it?
He's a great channel. He's a guy that he's been doing this for years and years. He got a big channel. I think it's over 1 million. But I love him. I learned a lot through him too.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'll check it
Yeah.
out.
And I know you heard about Peter McKinnon, right?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
The guy that coined the coffee thing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
the one who started doing the coffee. Now everybody's doing it on YouTube. Yeah.
Things get. The what is it? The trendy thing. Once people start seeing people do it, they just jump on the bandwagon. But it's 9 times out of 10 doesn't turn out as successful.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Well, what I learned from-
2470 millimeter lens is dope too. That's a great lens. I feel like a 70-200 and a 2470. If you have them too, like you got 2 really really good lenses. Like you could get away with a lot just with them too.
But I'll tell you something, my brother. Before I had this problem as a content creator, I was like, I can't do that video because somebody else do it. And one of my friends slapped me with knowledge. He's like, stop that. Go do it. Your perspective matters. No matter if it's done 100 times, do it your way. If you pick up a camera and you got the right setting and you shoot one of your players, everybody's doing that. It's how you put your flavor, infuse it. There's no other way to throw a picture but point and shoot and throw the picture and you have the correct settings. So, a lot of people mimic a lot of people, but you got to put your flavor and a little extra oomph. And that's what I tell people. Don't be discouraged because other people do it.
Yeah, look at it as collaboration, not competition. Don't. Some of the best advice I can give is like
Mhm.
when it comes to like the emotional standpoint, like don't feel discouraged. It takes time and collaborate, learn from other people, build those relationships because it will work out. Like as the photographers in here, like I'm sure they'll agree. Like you
Mhm.
know, don't feel once again, don't feel too discouraged. Learn and collaborate and make a decent name for yourself as a juicy human being because that's what's more important than being a decent photographer is actually being a good person because it will help you along the way and then you'll learn the craft.
Yeah, and I have one more question. Now that we talk about that part, I want to take it to the other side, the business part. Not everybody knows about business because some content creators just pick up a camera and start until they get better and learn. But it's crucial to learn that area because people seem to they both go hand in hand, and that's what people is missing. You know, I didn't want to be a business person, but I was forced to because I got in. They call me the how-to guy, the how-to smartphone guy in my area. So I try. People come to me, older people, and I help them, and they say, now we're gonna come to you and gonna be permanent customers. So I did a plan. I did it, and all that, and money, all that, and I was not, trill, but that was not my expertise. But I learned because if you get to a certain level, the business gonna come. You might as well learn because you don't want to get scammed, jacked, or whatever it's called. The terminology. You get my point, and that's very
Yeah.
important in this area too.
Oh my god, it's so important. Like people pick up the camera and they're like, I'm thinking about what do people what do people charge people these days? And it's like, well, one, everybody's different, and two, a lot of it does come with experience. Like, you don't want to start charging people for photos, and when you're still very amateur, because you'll start to get a little bit of a not a great name for yourself. Like, hey, they charged me $300
Reputation.
for photos, and every picture was blurry. And Sharfin touches on it right here. It can be a very, very expensive hobby. Like you said, he mentions the lenses, the filters, tripods, the gimbals, editing software, all that. Like it's probably the most expensive hobby I think anybody could have. Until you turn it into a business professional, go professional with it.
Yeah, and make sure that you study up, learn how much people are charging, how much can you charge per do your skills at that point. Because like you said, you don't want to start charging and doing those, learning stages. That's gonna give you a bad reputation, a bad name. And then when you want to take it further, it'll be difficult because the community be like, oh, he's whack, this and that. And no matter how much you improve and show the proof, they're still gonna go and be dwelling in the past. If you know good in the past, you know good now, and that's how people see it. And I don't see it like that. I say improve 1% all the time, and you'll get better with little skills that you have. Get better, and better, and better, and build. If you don't build, and then it was not meant for you. So that's just my take.
That's a good take, and like marketing does go behind it. But like the easiest thing to do, and like I said, people can reach out to me if you don't mind if I plug it. My social
Yeah,
media.
no, go ahead.
You
That's the
know,
point.
Yeah, my website, fjsmarketing.com. You can reach out to me there if you
Type it in.
I can't I actually can't type in. It says sending
Oh,
messages
okay.
only support it. But I'll make sure you get it so you plug it. Yeah, but like my website,
Yeah.
fjsmarketing.com. I have tons of things on there because not only do I do photography, but I do marketing for businesses as well. So if there's anything I can ever do, reach out. If you have a question or anything like that, or you're interested in learning, by all means, like reach out to me. You can follow me on Facebook as well, Frankie James Photography, and then my Instagram is Photography and Marketing. It's very very easy, but yeah, we'll make sure we get everybody that info.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get that fixed and everything. But that's one thing. The technology, the technology is one half. The other half is you. And this, let me clarify this. If you got the will and the drive, you'll succeed. It might not be today. It might be tomorrow, or you might be one photo away to becoming. It could be viral. Who knows? But now I want to talk about viral and virality. Sometimes it could be benefit. Sometimes it could hurt you. You got to be careful because some people be like, "Oh, I want to be viral," but once you hit that, they don't know how to leverage. Oh,
Yes,
I got 1 million views on this photo. It's been all over the news. How can you capitalize? Yes, you go back and do similar photos like that, but also you cannot do the same style all the time. You got to infuse something else because people are, oh, he's milking it for 2 months. We tired of seeing the same style. Yes. So you got to learn how to take that with the good, with the bad. Because being
discouragement.
viral,
Little
Be good in
Loyalty
that.
is big. Loyalty is really big, and that's a great point that you made because everybody, like with content creating, viral is the word. Everybody, but once people go viral, now consistency has to kick in, and if you don't stay consistent, that fan base will drop in half really quickly. I have a buddy of mine. He plays hockey. I actually just had him on my podcast, Crawl Daddy. He's a he's a content creator. He does Twitch. He was ranked #1 in like FIFA, MLB The Show, and NHL gaming. He was ranked #1 for a while. So he's delivering content 3 times a week. And then not only that, he has a YouTube channel to where he mics up as a goalie. He's a goalie in my league and puts the camera behind him on the glass so it sees him. And he's doing like he does content creating for his YouTube channel, which are both really well. But the consistency that he has and the consistency that guys like you have, and I try to have, I'm learning from you guys. You know what I mean? But that's so important to be consistent. I'm sure that you can agree with that as well.
Okay, we got a question over here.
Okay.
Did it come out? Yeah, go ahead. You could read it if you don't mind.
How much would you say you've spent on camera equipment so far in your career? Oh man. Early on, I actually would buy look at Facebook Marketplace. Those are some really good deals out there. So total,
Estimated guess, I guess.
10 grand. Probably
That's not bad.
over time. Yeah, 5 years. Yeah. That's just on gear. Oh, that's actually not more. That's probably not just on gear. Yeah, I'll put that as a whole. But yeah, camera gear can really get up there. Like somebody mentioned, the lenses can get more than the body. But I did it at the right time. I mastered my old little trusty Canon Rebel and learned everything I can about it, and it took me very far. And I still use it today.
So I want to add one more thing with that, and this is the tool. Don't go and buy the most expensive tool when your skills not there. Upgrade your skills before you upgrade your equipment. People think that if I buy a $5,000 camera, I'm gonna be better. And let me use an analogy. I used it many times. You're gonna laugh. If you're gonna shoot a potato, you're gonna be a potato shooter. If you don't know your skills, so that people will be like, "Whoa, why I'm sucky if I got the best camera?" You didn't train yourself for that to be in that level.
That's a really well said, man. That's such a good point. That's such a good point. Like I know people like even ice hockey players, they have the most expensive equipment, but they can't skate. I actually want to ask you a question because it got me thinking.
Yeah, go
And I want to ask you, like, you asked me like what my favorite part was, or the most rewarding thing about my career. I want to ask you the same thing. What do you think's been the most rewarding thing for you as a content creator? Like, I think that would be cool to ask you the same question.
Okay, cool. So I'll break it down. Me giving my knowledge, because I do how-tos and I help people on smartphones to better themselves for better tomorrow. Teaching people to leverage that for a better tomorrow. Because I get endorphin, whatever it's called, high energy. I'm helping people because it's like my DNA is going over there and it's working. They prospering, and then they'll be like, "Oh, look, I know how to use the smartphone. I took 3 or 4 photos and I charged people and I got paid, or I did a little video. Thank you for teaching me this, and that." And they're grateful, and I see that. That's what I like, because if I do that constantly and correctly, the word is gonna spread by that, and that's what I like, and
Well
that's what
said.
I want to leave. That's my legacy I want to leave. When I'm gone, Luis, teach me something. I'm so grateful for that person. Now I am who I am because of him.
Well, I'm so grateful for your friendship, my friend. You already did that, and you do, and
Yeah.
you have incredible knowledge, and like I know, guys within the circle. Like there's, I'm happy to just call you a friend,
Yeah.
and happy
Thank
to
you.
call you part of my circle for sure.
Yeah, and I'll show you this. This is tablet. And tablet, I'm not gonna say iPad in general. The best device of all time for me is a tablet. I don't know why. I'll take a tablet. It's so give me so much opportunity, leadways. With this tablet, I make so much money doing video. Well, not a lot, but I make enough. And I was so grateful because I don't know. For me, we got phones, we got computer, but I think this is the best. And it's not an iPad. It's in general tablet. It's the best of all time tech for me. But everybody's different.
Love that. Love that. Yeah, love that. And I'm always learning new things too with certain
Mhm.
things. Like that's one thing. Like and as we're going along the show and before we end, like just keep in mind some of these little things. Like don't feel discouraged. Like collaboration, be willing to learn. Like these are all little tips and tricks that like I'm dishing out during the show, of course, as well,
Mhm.
because they're so important for the mental aspect. The money will come. Like if you put the work in, It will come, and it can happen quick, and that comes with the collaborating part. Like, get to know people that also do the same thing as you. Like, I used Clubhouse, just coming in, and the people that I've gotten to talk to, man, guys like you, like Sharkfin, Ethan, Gigi, like all of them over there, like they've helped out so much even in my business. And they don't even know it.
Okay, now I got a question. It's about the aspect of mental health regarding of your craft. If something's not working and you're struggling, and somebody comes for advice for you, how would you be like? I'm broken down. I'm not succeeding. I'm a quit. And you know they got skills enough. You be like, okay, I'm betting this person that he knows enough. I think he'll take it to the next second base. How would you give that advice?
I try to give an opportunity. I would definitely talk with them and simply say, like, you are a damn good photographer. I wouldn't be telling you this if I didn't think it. Like, I'm not going to BS you here. Like, being honest is definitely one thing that you want to do when you're having this kind of conversation. I've had this kind of conversation. I've told a buddy, like, dude, you are way too good at doing what you do to not be as busy as you are. And I'm like, so what's the issue? So what is it? And he was having a little bit of a marketing issue. And I said, okay, let's set some time apart, and I'll guide you through some tips. He showed eagerness and wanting to learn, and took the time for me. And now we got him. Now he's got his Facebook going, like, and he's part of my crew too. So, like, once again, like, he was willing to collaborate, and now opportunities came from that. And it's kind of like what I was saying, Luis, all along, like with the little tips and tricks I'm throwing out there, like he was willing to collaborate with me, and opportunities come. I've done it also with him. Like, those things are really important to be able to do. And then, you never know what can come from it. But I say don't feel discouraged, but truth be told, it does happen. It happens from time to time, especially early on. But you have to try
Mhm.
and keep that mindset of, like, I'm still learning, I'm still new, and start to cross collaborate with people to learn more from them.
I had a slap with words. No, I don't mean physically. Let me clarify that. You two don't get me in trouble. But with words, to a couple of my friends, because they have one or two videos, and and then mention their own name, and they're like, "Oh, I can't. I didn't got the views." I mean, you're starting off. You got 3 or 4 videos. I mean, they feel discouraged and then they want to quit. And they're like, "Why is this person doing better?" And I sat down with them and I told them, "Look, let's take time. Let's break it down. You cannot have mental issues in the beginning because you have mental issue of content creation. Then analysis about paralysis and all that's gonna come in. You're not gonna succeed." So you know what I mean. So I broke it down. I slapped that person with knowledge, and I show my graph and everything. It's like, oh yes, I was in the struggle bus, and I was there once upon a time. So take it from me. Look, I even give it the sample for the biggest YouTuber, single YouTuber, Mr. Beast. He was stuck at 10K for like 2 or 3 years. He had said it in a podcast. I said it's gonna happen. You just got to know how to work through it, and that's
Yeah,
all. See, for me, I got 2 things. I will never let myself fail. Meaning, let me clarify that. Succeed or not succeed, I'm gonna give it a try. And I'm looking at the lens, and I'm talking to all y'all out there. 'Cause I want to get this personal advice. I never give up on myself. I only got one life to live. I don't want to be. If I'm still alive and I'm in bed, all broken down, because my day's coming, I want to be like, what if? What if? I'm gonna give it a try. If it was meant to me, it'll come. It's not because I didn't try. That's all. That's my advice.
couldn't have said it any better. Couldn't have said it
Yeah.
any better, my friend.
So I'm gonna stay here at to 7:15, around there, 7:20, and I like to keep it an hour. I'll open free mic. What advice you want to give, or anything you want to plug in, or anything you want to talk about, is open mic for now.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Sweet. Um, yeah, just keep in mind those are the things that I had mentioned. Those things are just really important. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to people. Please, by all means, please, you can reach out to me about any questions or anything you want to talk about. I have a few podcasts as well. I have the Trippin' Pucks podcast. That's my hockey show. I have the My Crazy Exes podcast, and thank you for all your support, Tech. By the way, I know that you're a big fan of the show. You and Sharkfin. You can check that
Hmm.
show out. Always looking for guests. Yeah, man, just be humble. Just try and learn from everybody else. Yeah, those things, the good things will come. Surround yourself with good people. That's also really important. I'm not going to just ramble, but yeah,
Mhm.
keep those things in mind. They're really good. To have a good humble circle.
Yeah, this is thing what happened to me. I know this person, and so relatable. And as much I confided in that person, 7 years after the person betrayed me, it happens. They got mad because I got an opportunity and said, "You stole my opportunity." I never knew that he was going for the opportunity. I never knew he even spoke to me. I just saw the opportunity because we're in the same circle. I jumped at the opportunity. I network myself, and within that, I say, okay, let me crawl into the opportunity. It's not. They're not asking me. I did that, and I went to the receive. Boom, 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 boom. This is what I'm capable. I didn't talk the talk. I show, and it, boom, 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 boom. Got hired for that. It was like a little helping to write a little guy how to work with the cell phone stuff like that. This person got
Mhm.
mad and said, "You stole my job. You have betrayed a friend." I'm like, "You never tell me." And the job didn't say you was applying for it because I cannot see that. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
for
wouldn't.
you.
I wouldn't even let that be a factor in anything. Like I'm
Mhm.
all for may the best man win. Like I said, I'm more about he would have got hired. If he was the best man for the job, he would have got hired. That's just a
Because he didn't jump at the opportunity fast enough. He was waiting for something. I did it first. So he got mad. He said, like, you stole it. So I spoke to him. I said, look, I'm speaking to you with respect and dignity. I don't think you, I know the word respect. I respect myself. I know you're not raising your voice, but you're being a jerk towards me. Let's talk about it. And I point two punches. Violence doesn't resolve nothing. I said, look, I'm in the phone. We're in FaceTime. I want to talk to you face to face, man to man. It's not about fighting. It's like, look, if you feel something, say it to me. We could correct it. I don't
uh-huh.
want to lose the friendship. I treat you like a brother, 7 years. But you're mad because I got the job. Well, I network it. I didn't know it doesn't have a book rule to say, oh, you apply, so I can apply.
I would have
I
still
went.
applied. I mean, it's all about opportunity, Tech. It's all about opportunity, and you took advantage of an opportunity. I feel like that there's a lot of, you know, upsetness more or less with himself, and now you're
Mhm,
just a target for blame. Sad to say, and you know me, I have a mental health background, so I'm just kind of dissecting from a professional standpoint. Um,
mhm.
yeah, hopefully you guys can rekindle that friendship because it should never end because of that.
And I told him, look, I'm willing. I'm willing to bring you in. I could get you in. Let me. I was there 3 months already. I said, let me. I could get you in. I know there's another position. Like, no, I don't want it. I don't want to hand out. Oh no, now you're treating me like a class second citizen. I said, you know what? Thank you. God bless you. I wish you the best. If
And
I see you in the street, I'll say hi and bye, and that's it. I don't need to continue talking to you. Go ahead.
that story just picked on every little thing I've been talking about. So feeling discouraged. Your friend felt that. Not willing to collaborate. He could have still had an opportunity with collaborate with you within the company. He didn't take advantage of that. He kind of forgot where he came from. You know what I mean? He started to feel some type of way. All those things that I've been teaching to not feel, he kind of did, and look what happened. Um, just you couldn't have topped the show off any better.
Oh,
It was an opportunity, Holler. It was
yeah,
like
a
an
job,
opportunity.
a job on how to smartphone,
Yeah,
something like that.
yep. Sharford hit it too. Gadget's interested as well. We're all interested. Yeah, I love
Hmm.
opportunities. But Gadget was first, so yeah. But yeah, man. Just kind of to end the show. I know we're getting closer. I gotta get ready for the soccer game. I gotta thank you for being
Hmm.
for having me on, for being
Yep.
a supporter of everything I do. I know you're always checking in on my shows, man, and cross collaborating with me. You're one of my closest friends from the Clubhouse app, and I'm happy as hell to be able to do this with you, brother. I just got
Yep.
to tell you that.
Okay, and before we leave, what is the last word you want to leave to my audience, or anything do you want to leave, or anything you want to say before we close the show?
Be humble, take chances, and listen to what this guy has to say about tech because he knows his shit.
Thank you for that.
You got you, brother.
And with that, I want to say thanks, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you for doing this. And with that said, have a nice rest of the week. Peace and love, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.